Hello guys, Matthew here and welcome back again to the TechTech YouTube channel. The latest AMD's RX 500 GPUs aren't, as you probably saw in my recent reviews, actually completely new architecture-wise, but rather just a refresh. Still, despite of that, we got ourselves a new entry and a new budget layer not seen up until now, and that one is being called the RX 550 series, and today I will be checking out one from Gigabyte. This will be the lowest ladder in the current RX 500 lineup, supposedly to offer a decent 1080p performance considering the price at which it comes in. This particular gaming OC 2GB model from Gigabyte being around $90, but you can actually find them around $80 too, aiming to satisfy those users who do not need a lot of horsepower, like for example in esports titles. The product box isn't anything to be too excited about. We have few features pointed out on the back, like their WindForce 2X cooler design, while opening it up will also leave you disappointed in terms of the bundle. But then again, it's a budget segment, just your quick start guide and optical disc with drivers and software. You're better off with downloading the latest ones from their website and of course the graphics card itself. The cooler design will probably look very familiar to you, as well as the overall design of the shroud and the graphics card itself, and it should be, as we've seen this exact design on their other models, in particular the RX 460 model, which I reviewed back in October of 2016. They are dead similar. You can see it for yourself by checking out the video in the right top corner by clicking on the card link, even comparing their PCB component layout and design on the back, which is very easy to do since both don't have a cover plate. They deserve a bit of subtle trolling for that. I wouldn't be surprised if they just slapped a RX 550 GPU onto that, maybe removed a power face, tweak it up a bit and called it a day, which is a common practice to be honest in this industry, but it's actually also kind of a good thing since this is a less demanding GPU, getting virtually the same treatment as its bigger brother. Below that recognizable black and orange plastic outer shell, you'll discover an aluminum heatsink block without any heat pipes, so it's a pretty modest cooling arrangement beside the two 80mm fans, and it doesn't have to be any beefier than that since the TDP is on the lower side. You even don't need a separate PCI Express power cable as there isn't any connectors on it, just like on the RX 460 model. One more thing that's also similar to it is the video output layout, where we have one DisplayPort, one HDMI and one DVI-D connector. Taking a closer look beneath the cooler, you'll find in a way a new GPU, since it, as I already said, didn't exist up until now, codenamed Lexa, holding 512 shaders, 32 textural and 16 ROP units, while being based on the existing and currently ongoing latest AMD's 4th generation of GCN architecture, which is why I wouldn't call it a new GPU. Popping it onto my benchmarking rig and taking it for a spin, this time I've limited myself with using the 1080p resolution only, as this model doesn't have enough horsepower to handle anything above that, plus the video memory size is also limited here. 2GB of it is nowadays considered being on the edge, even for this resolution. When it comes to overclocking, you can get a frame or two extra out of it. The GPU potential was decent, as you can see it here, while the memory wasn't too keen on being pushed. For stock testing, I've used Gigabyte's preset OC mode, which you can load in their Aorus graphics engine application. In terms of in-game graphical settings, I've kept my usual ones so you can see how it compares to some of the stronger models than it. Although in practice this is an overkill for a GPU that sits in this segment, so lowering down those settings will get you even more FPS. I'm also planning to change my testing methodology soon, probably also introduce the 1 percentile testing results too, and possibly do a redesign of the graphs, together with better segmentation of graphical settings depending on the price bracket of the GPU and its projected performance. Getting back to the performance side of things, overall you can see that this GPU will tackle more optimized and less demanding titles without a problem, but for everything else you should probably dial down the settings or even the resolution. Being a low TDP GPU, keeping this model cool wasn't a problem, especially since Gigabyte put their WindForce 2X cooler design on it. For idle, I was seeing temperatures around 35 degrees Celsius on an open test rig, and that's with fans being off since it has 0 RPM feature where they shut down if the card is not under heavy load. Cracking up the Furmax stress test, I was seeing temperatures up to 70 degrees Celsius with fan speed around 1000 RPM, while during gameplay you'll see that being much lower, anywhere from 50 to 55 degrees Celsius, with fan speed around 900 RPM, and at those speeds they were barely audible even on an open test bench. That's it guys for this time from me. Thank you once again for watching. Feel free to toss me a thumbs up if you like what you saw. That really helps me a lot. Leave a comment down below if you have any questions about this product or if you want to leave your suggestions. And of course feel free to subscribe for content further down the line, or you can check out some of my other videos from before. Until then, catch you later guys.